What's up, people of YouTube? I'm Karsatowski, and welcome to the Karsatowski Eats YouTube channel. So today I am back tasting my favorite drink of all time, which is root beer. And we have three different contenders today. And probably the thing that is the most common about all three of these contenders is, for one, they are relatively easy to find in a grocery store, at least where I'm located, that is. But another thing is they contain an ingredient that is far above better than the average soft drink, and that is cane sugar. Now, for the other video that I did with the most popular brands of root beer, they all have a common ingredient called high fructose corn syrup. And I'm not going to go into any details here on how unhealthy it is compared to cane sugar. I might make a video of that in the future. But basically, the three top brands of root beer have that specific ingredient, and there's a select group of root beers that have a much more healthier alternative sweetener, which is cane sugar. And I have three of them right here. Now, there are a few brands that I have left out in this video because I just can't find them that easily, and I've just decided to do a video of three, so let's get on to it. So our first brand is Boylan. Now, I haven't really had Boylan too much over the years, but I have had it, and again, I love root beer and it is pretty good, but I'm going to try this one first of three, and I'll put the ingredients on the top here, and you can take a screenshot of it sometime if you want to. Okay, you got it good. Alright, so Boylan. Now, all of these root beers have been in the refrigerator for quite a few days, and they are all ice cold, pretty much. They haven't been frozen, they've just been chilled for several days. Smells just like vanilla, which is exactly what you want to smell when you open up fresh bottled root beer. Alright, so Boylan for the taste test. Nice vanilla taste. It's got that interesting aftertaste that root beer usually has. Nice and creamy vanilla flavor. That is a very solid root beer, and as you can tell, I love these kind of challenges because I've never had a terrible root beer. I've had root beers that are a little bit lackluster before, but I've never had a terrible one, which is why I love to do this challenge. Alright, so Boylan, very solid root beer. If I didn't know better, I'd say that's pretty much as good as anything, but I can tell you right now, it definitely has a more premium flavor as compared to Barg's, A&W, and Mug root beer. And I can definitely tell you, it's at least 2 to 3 points higher than all of those other root beers. So this is definitely the more premium stuff. So we're getting into some pretty good and healthier alternatives of drinks as well. So now we're going to move on to our second root beer, and that is Henry Weinhardt's. Now, I've been getting this particular root beer a lot lately, mostly because they have these in 6-packs, and they're on sale for a pretty decent price. By themselves, they're about $1.50 to $2.50, I believe, depending on which store you're at and which part of the country you're at. In a pack of these, they're usually on sale for about $6.99 to $7.49, so that's pretty good for a 6-pack. It doesn't smell as... It doesn't really have any distinct smell to it. That's weird. Boylan has a very distinct smell to it compared to this. Alright, so Henry Weinhardt. It's got a very similar aftertaste, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is definitely fizzing up quite a bit at the top. That's about 1/4 of an inch of foam that you can see. And that tells me that it's got a lot of nice carbonation and lots of creamy flavor. This definitely has very interesting taste to it. It's not as punch in your face as Boylan, for example, but it's definitely still pretty smooth, and overall I like it alright. Again, I've never had a terrible root beer, so this is one of my all-time favorite challenges that I've ever done so far. Okay, so now we move on to the third and final round of this challenge, and that is Jones Root Beer. I think I've only had this maybe 2 other times before, and yeah, again, I mean, anytime I have a bottle of root beer by itself, I'm pretty much going to enjoy it, so I can't really say anything about this until I actually taste it. That smells very similar to Boylan. I don't know why Henry Weinhardt's didn't have very much of a smell. Oh well, I guess smell isn't everything. Taste is everything. Giving me kind of cream soda vibes. I don't know about you, but when I started taking swigs of this, it kind of tastes a little bit like cream soda almost, like A&W cream soda. I don't know why, but that's just the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. Overall, very smooth, very vanilla tasting. I gotta say, they all taste pretty similar. Oh. This brand has actually been independent since 1996, by the way. A lot of root beer companies are pretty old, like mid to late 1800s. I don't know when the very first root beer came out, but I think Henry Weinhardt's might be one of the oldest, since 1856. And this has been independent since 1996, but they've probably been a public company for a few decades before that. I don't know. I haven't read up too much about this. This one's since 1891, so Henry Weinhardt's probably the oldest root beer manufacturer, probably. So anyway, Jones, it's pretty good. It's got its distinct smell. It has that signature vanilla flavor, good carbonation. Overall, this is a great root beer. Again, if I just see any of these sitting around on the store shelf somewhere, I'm just pretty much going to take whatever for the most part. No matter if they're about $1 or $1.50 more expensive, I'll definitely take any of these any day over a regular root beer that you might get from your soft drink soda fountain from any fast food restaurant, or any bottles you might find in the cooler next to the registers. Yeah, I definitely take my time to go to the aisles and get me something like this. I mean, this is just, excuse me, the root beer really gives me some gas. Thankfully, it comes out of the chimney down in the basement, though, with root beer. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and rank all of our flavors of root beer. So let's start with Jones. Jones, interesting, but it's not really too differential, in my opinion, to these other ones. Again, very solid root beer. I'd have to put this at a solid 8 out of 10. Pretty good root beer. Next, we have Henry Weinhardt's. Now, this is definitely the one I've been getting the most, obviously, because it comes in a 6-pack and it's on sale. But I'm going to have to give this a solid 9 out of 10. This one, in my opinion, is probably one of the best root beers that I have ever had. And anytime when it's on sale anywhere, I will definitely grab something like this. But I think I'm going to have to give Boylan a little bit of a different score. I'm going to have to give this one a solid 9.5 out of 10. This just has everything you want for a root beer. Good smell, good foam at the top, great vanilla taste. It doesn't have any chemical tasting aftertaste that you would find in a lot of soft drinks. There's not too many preservatives in this thing that are harmful like in a typical drink that you'll find in your store shelves. But overall, this, I think, is probably the best root beer that I've had with cane sugar as of right now. Now again, I'm gonna do this kind of challenge again with a few other flavors just as soon as I can find them in the store. But if you want to grab any of these, I would definitely recommend any of these any day of the week. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and drink all of these after this video is over. So anyway, besides, so if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is the Karsatowski Eats YouTube channel, a relatively new channel, and I would very much appreciate it if you all would hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any of my videos. So I'm Karsatowski, keep watching my content, and I'll see you in that next video. See ya! Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and pop in a movie and drink all 3 12-ounce root beers and just enjoy the rest of my evening, so see ya guys.